Most people speak, but few communicate. In a world filled with noise, true connection is rare. In this video, I share the ancient wisdom of mindful communication, the art of listening, the power of silence, and the magic of presence. If you want to improve your relationships, deepen your conversations, and truly connect with others, this is for you. Most people talk, but few truly communicate. In this video, I share the timeless wisdom of mindful communication, the art of listening, the power of silence, and the magic of presence. These lessons will change not just how you speak, but how you connect. If you've ever felt unheard, disconnected, or misunderstood, this is for you. Have you ever spoken and felt unheard? Have you ever listened but not truly understood? We live in a world filled with words, yet true connection is rare. We text, we call, we talk, but do we truly communicate? Many years ago, when I first began my monastic journey, I believed wisdom was in knowing what to say. I memorized scriptures, I spoke eloquently, but my master would only smile and say, "You speak well, but do you listen well?" That question unsettled me, because the truth was I didn't. I was more focused on what I wanted to say than on what I needed to hear. That is when I learned that the art of communication is not about speaking, it is about connecting. And connection begins not with words, but with presence. Let us explore 3 simple yet profound lessons that transform how we communicate. Lessons that will not just change the way you speak, but the way you connect with yourself, with others, and with the world. Lesson 1, the power of silence. There is a saying in our monastery, the loudest truth is spoken in silence. Silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of understanding. Most people listen only to reply, not to understand. But if you listen deeply, without the need to respond, something magical happens. You begin to hear more than words. You hear emotions. You hear the unsaid. There was once a young monk who came to my master frustrated. He said, "No one listens to me." My master asked, "Do you listen to yourself?" Silence is a teacher. When we sit in silence, we begin to understand our own thoughts, our own fears, our own heart. And only when we understand ourselves can we truly understand others. So, I ask you, when was the last time you sat in silence, simply listening? Lesson 2, words carry energy, use them wisely. Every word we speak plants a seed. Some grow into trees of understanding, others into weeds of conflict. A man once came to me, angry at his son. "No matter what I say, he doesn't listen." I asked him, "Do you speak with love or with frustration?" He was silent. A kind word can open a locked heart. A careless word can close it forever. When you speak, ask yourself 3 things. 1, is it true? 2, is it kind? 3, is it necessary? If your words fail these tests, perhaps silence is the better choice. The words we choose shape our relationships. Choose them wisely. Lesson 3, presence, the greatest gift you can give. Have you ever spoken to someone who was physically present but mentally absent? Their eyes drift, their attention is divided, and though they nod, you know they are not truly with you. It is a lonely feeling, isn't it? Now imagine someone looking into your eyes, fully engaged, fully present. No distractions, no rush, just you and them in this moment. That is true communication. Most people don't need solutions. They don't need advice, they just need to be seen. They need to feel that they matter. Presence does not require words, it only requires you. When you communicate, put away distractions, look into their eyes, feel their words, not just hear them. Because sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone is not your words, but your full attention. Lesson 4, the energy of your voice matters more than your words. Have you ever spoken with someone who said all the right things, yet something felt off? And have you ever met someone who spoke very little, yet you felt deeply connected to them? That is because words carry only part of the message. The true message is carried by energy. In our monastery, we believe that before speaking, one must check the heart. If you speak with frustration, no matter how kind your words are, they will carry tension. If you speak with love, even difficult truths will be received with softness. Before you speak, pause, breathe, ask yourself, what energy am I carrying into this conversation? Because your energy will always be louder than your words. Lesson 5, the secret to deep listening, listen with more than your ears. Most people listen to respond. Few listen to understand. But the rarest gift you can give someone is your complete attention. There was once a man who came to my master frustrated. He said, "I speak to my wife, but she never truly listens." My master asked, "And when she speaks, do you listen?" The man was silent. Listening is not just about hearing words, it is about feeling the unspoken. When someone speaks, don't just hear their words, observe their face, their tone, their silence. Sometimes the most important part of a conversation is what is not said. The next time someone speaks to you, try this. Give them your full attention. No phone, no distractions, just presence. You will be surprised at how deeply you can connect without saying a single word. Lesson 6, Mastering the Pause, the Power of Saying Less. In our monastery, we have a simple rule. Before you speak, take a breath. Why? Because in that single breath, you have a choice. You can react or you can respond. You can speak from impulse or you can speak from wisdom. There was once a king who asked his wisest advisor, "What is the secret to great leadership?" The advisor smiled and said, "A great leader knows when to speak and when to be silent. In moments of tension, in moments of uncertainty, pause. The most powerful words are often the ones we choose not to say." Lesson 7. The mirror effect. How people reflect the energy you give. There was once a traveler who arrived at a new village and asked an old man, "What kind of people live here?" The old man replied, "Tell me, what kind of people lived in your last village?" The traveler said, "Oh, they were selfish and cruel." The old man nodded. "You will find the same kind of people here." Later, another traveler arrived and asked the same question. When the old man asked about his last village, the traveler said, "They were kind and generous." The old man smiled. "You will find the same kind of people here." How we communicate shapes what we receive in return. If you approach people with judgment, they will respond defensively. If you approach with warmth, you invite the same. Speak with kindness, and kindness will find its way back to you. Lesson 8, the most important conversation. The one you have with yourself. The way we speak to others is a reflection of the way we speak to ourselves. If we are harsh with ourselves, we will be harsh with others. If we are kind within, we will be kind without. There was once a young monk who always criticized himself. One day my master asked him, "Would you speak to your best friend the way you speak to yourself?" The young monk lowered his head. "Number I would never be so cruel. The most important communication you will ever have is not with the world, but with yourself. Speak to yourself with love, with patience, with understanding, and you will find that your words to others naturally become softer, kinder, and more healing." Final reflection, the path to true connection. Communication is not about speaking more. It is about connecting deeper. Through silence, through kindness in our words, and through presence, we turn conversations into bridges, bridges that bring us closer to understanding, to peace, to love. So today, I leave you with a question. How will you communicate differently from this moment forward? Because in the end, the most powerful conversations are not the ones that fill space with words, but the ones that fill hearts with understanding. So I leave you with this. Today, will you listen more than you speak? Will you choose words that heal rather than harm? Will you give someone the gift of your full presence? Because in the end, the greatest conversations are not those filled with words. They are the ones filled with understanding. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. Which lesson spoke to you the most? Subscribe for more wisdom, and remember, sometimes the most profound conversations happen in silence.